When it comes to using a joystick on a boat, you need to know one thing, and that is how to handle it. Some of you may think to yourself that you'll never have a joystick on a boat or be on a boat with a joystick, but if you like boats, you are still going to think this is pretty sweet. Now we've got a couple videos that teach you a ton of techniques and things that you need to consider when it comes to docking and handling any boat. So you'll need to kind of understand a lot of those things in this scenario as well, and we'll link that playlist here and in the description. Probably the two coolest features of joystick boats are going to be the autopilot feature, which is just your standard heading hold that allows the boat to stay going in whatever direction you set it to go in. As well as the GPS locking feature, which has different names from different manufacturers, like Mercury calls it Skyhook and Yamaha calls it Setpoint. And this feature just holds the boat in a specific GPS location whenever you hit the button, which is a pretty cool feature depending on what you want to use it for. Some people aren't a huge fan of it when it comes to fishing because of how much whitewater it produces, and they prefer to just put an 8-foot long trolling motor on the bow of the boat, which will do a similar job. Then when it comes to the main reason why people get a joystick on a boat is to use it for docking. But when it comes to actually handling a joystick boat, just as when handling a boat in general, going slow and letting the boat react to whatever movement you just made is a crucial step. You just want to make small, light, incremental touches to the joystick. And you can pretty much drive the boat all around by just using the joystick. There's no need to even touch the steering wheel or the control box. Whenever you're working with the joystick, you can move it in whichever way you want to move it. If you push the joystick forward, it's going to move the boat forward. If you pull the joystick back, it's going to move the boat backwards. And then if you turn the joystick either left or right, it's going to spin the boat to the left or it's going to spin the boat to the right. Knowing this is going to allow us to then maneuver the boat into position however we want to use the joystick to drive the boat. And it's just these light touches that you're going to use in order to move the boat however you want to move it. You can either turn the boat to the right or turn the boat to the left just by spinning the knob to one direction or the other. Then letting it go and just guiding the boat into position. So what we do is we just hold it, spin it, and then you can move the joystick around as well while you're turning it to turn the boat and move it from side to side in whatever direction you need to move it, being mindful of where the bow and the stern is. I mean, you can turn the boat sideways and then move the entire boat to the left or the right, moving it through the water sideways. And again, it's just these light touches that you want to use in order to move the boat. Just barely moving it to the left is going to move the boat sideways, but again, you don't need to jam it all the way over. Just lightly move it over to the side, and then you can spin it either left or right in order to control the swing of the bow of the boat as you're moving it around through the water. Again, moving really slowly, we can position the boat to whatever slip, dock, or wherever you're wanting to put the boat, and then slowly move the boat into position. Using these light touches And then as you move the joystick, the actual joystick in the computers in the system are going to move the engines in whatever direction they need to move the engines to put the boat wherever you are telling the joystick to put it. Then you just gently guide the boat back to wherever we need to go and let the boat float into the dock where we can be in position to dock it, which I think is a pretty sweet thing to have on a boat, and it's really cool to play with when you get the chance.